Good morning, humans. Today we are going to be reviewing volume and surface area. So as we talk about this, make sure you are filling in your notes. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask your teacher. So the first thing we're going to jump into is a review of volume. So volume is the amount of space a 3D object occupies. So volume is not, in this case, music. This is how much space is on the inside of a shape. So we have three shapes we're going to talk about. The first one is cylinders. So this is what a cylinder looks like. And our volume formula for a cylinder is big B times H. Now remember, big B actually stands for the area of the base, which in this case is our circle, which is a spot at the bottom. And then H is the height of the cylinder. So it's actually the distance between those two circles. Our second shape is cones. So a cone looks like this. Again, V equals 1/3 big B times H. So it's the same formula as a cylinder, but we've added that 1/3. So big B still stands for the area of our base, which is our circle at the bottom. And then H is this time the height of the cone. Our last shape that we're going to talk about for volume is a sphere. So a sphere is just a 3D circle. And the volume formula for this one is a little bit different. It's 4/3 pi r cubed. So there's that 3 instead of an exponent of 2. We also don't have to talk about big B because there's not a base shape on a sphere because it's a 3D circle. And remember, r is the radius, which is that line that goes halfway across your sphere. So the next thing we're going to jump to is surface area. So surface area, instead of being the inside object space, it's the outside. It's the total covering on the faces of a 3D object. So in case you were like trying to wrap a present or put a label on something, you would find the surface area. And we still have three shapes with surface area. So the first one we have is triangular prisms, which looks like this. So on a surface area problem, the first thing I want you to do is to label your base. So our base in this case is the triangle. We then are going to fill in our formula. So for lateral surface area, it's just big P times H. And for total surface area, it's big P times H plus 2 times B. So big P stands for the perimeter of the base, which in this case, our base is the triangle. H is the height of the prism. So this is where it gets tricky because it's the distance between the two bases, which is this at the bottom. And then big B is the area of the base. So you do have to know to find the area of a base, you have to use 1/2 little b times little h. And h is the height of the base, which in this case is the triangle right here. And then big B is, or little b is the bottom of the triangle. I know that's a lot. Let's look at a second shape. So same thing, surface area is the total covering, but this time we're looking at a rectangular prism. So a rectangular prism is kind of like a tissue box. It looks like a box. Our base is still the bottom. It's the rectangle on the bottom. And so then we're going to fill in our formulas. So we have lateral, which is pH. So these should look familiar because these are the same formulas that we just did. We then have total, which is pH plus 2b. P is perimeter of the base. H is the height of the prism. So this time it's between the rectangular bases, which is right here. And then big B is the area of the base. So with this one, B and H are the dimensions of the regular base. So the length of the base times the height of the base. And then our third shape is a cylinder. So a cylinder looks like this. It's like a can. And again, on this one, our base is the bottom. Our formulas for these are a little bit different. So it is 2 pi RH for lateral, and then 2 pi RH plus 2 pi R squared for total, where H is the height of the cylinder, so the distance between our circular bases, and then R is the radius of the base. So I do want us to remember one thing extra, and that's this is a radius. So it looks like this. It's halfway through across a circle. But what if they give us a shape that looks like this? So this is the diameter. So if they give us the diameter, we have to do diameter divided by 2 to equal the radius. I know that was a super fast refresh, y'all. If you have any questions or need any help, please reach out to your teachers. We are more than happy to help you. But that's it. Have a good day.